Hello and welcome to Let's Get Critical, the YouTube show where you send in your architectural images and we criticize them along with some of our own images. Today we have an image from Hugo Jackson. Come on down. Yay! So Hugo has sent us an interior image of what looks like a living room with a chair on the left, another couch on the right. Looks kind of purple, centered on this kind of gray colored couch. So critically, what would I say about Hugo Jackson's image here? So first of all, I'd say the left side of frame here is pretty dark. Left side of frame is pretty dark. I would have either bracketed or added a strobe maybe outside of frame to make it look like there's another window over there. Let's see. Yeah, there's something on the table there. I would have taken out that switch for the lamp. I definitely would have added some light over there. And I'm never too much of a fan of having something bright right on the edge of frame in interior images like this. I like to have kind of a natural vignetting of the image if possible. So in framing that, I probably would have taken that out, and just this chair leg right on the edge of frame is a little distracting. Let's see. I would have taken out these little inconsistencies on the edge of that, and what is that stuff right there? Probably would have taken some of that out. But overall, the thing I do like about this image is it's natural light and it's an even color temperature. We don't have like yellow and blue running into each other a lot and creating these weird green moments. There's been attention paid to the pillows on the sofa. I might have tried to get these lines here a little more even side to side, and been able to see the tufting, or there's a specific word for the tubing, something like that. But I would have fixed those cushions there. Let's see, what else? I have to say, overall, I do love the natural light feel to this and the consistent color temperature. That is huge. Compositionally, it definitely gets a little boring over there on that side of the image. I would have probably shot a frame or a painting or something somewhere else in the house and put it in over here in post. Let's see, what else? The floor's clean. The table here in the foreground almost seems like an afterthought and kind of almost catches you off guard. I maybe would have put something on the table, kind of sticking up, pine cones in a dish or something, whatever. Something in there to add just a tiny bit more foreground to it. What else can I find to be extremely critical about? I do like that you have this purple kind of couch on the right and the chair on the left to create that little bit of framing and foreground along with the table in the center, but I would have put something just a little bit more, even the edge of a book just coming in there or something like that. Looking closer, not seeing too much else that I'd criticize here. But yeah, my major takeaways from this would be very dark over here, bracketing or adding a strobe. If you can, go with just bracketing because that natural light is going to have a better feel to it. This side of the image becomes very kind of plain compared to the rest of this, which is fairly rich. I would have probably, photographed and put some type of painting or something from somewhere in the house over there, It would have been nice if they had some curtains or something in this area. And then even, maybe some type of artwork or window dressing here. But I'm imagining, Hugo, that this was probably out of your control. But that blank wall, I think you, no matter what, could have been able to do something about. And then just that little switch there. So those are the main things that I would criticize this image for, but I would very much compliment you on your use of furniture in the right and left of frame, creating some foreground and framing of the kind of central place where the viewer would want to put themselves in that sofa. I would have added a little bit of something on the coffee table, but great natural light, which is good. Just would have brightened up and added a couple things here and there. So overall, I don't have a huge amount to criticize here. Maybe would have shot this light overhead with it on in another layer, but only brought in the light bulb just to give that little bit of life and sense of warmth. And maybe the same with that light, but not brought much of the light that it casts, not brought that in. So Hugo Jackson, that is about all I have to say about that, I would think. Now we have an image that we've done that's kind of similar, focusing on a couch in the center frame. So everything that we did in the styling here was to try and frame the image. We even did something a little odd and just threw one of these pillows over to make it a little more natural looking. And tried to turn chairs where appropriate, frame things up, not get candles coming across or dividing things too oddly. Tried to make something in the foreground here, kind of a scene of someone being there or someone being here. So the one of the difficulties here was framing these columns in the center or side, kind of to the left of frame. In the image, we made a purposeful choice to leave that door open and leave a little bit of highlight coming onto that door. Styling in the foreground, chairs and countertop in the foreground to create foreground, middle ground, background. Also, I'm a fan of having these lights overhead in the foreground relating to kind of this counter in the foreground to really create something that you're looking through. It's kind of like the nature shots where you're looking through the blurry bush to the lion or whatever beyond. The styling on the table, I remember we spent quite a bit of time getting that just right, not making it too much or not making it too little. And then, the attention that we paid to where everything here is. Not letting things come up too much corner on corner. And, even right here, we were sure to not have that right on the edge of that window frame. But yeah, these columns are a little off center. We framed this up and then shifted the frame left a little bit, keeping this turn in the wall in over here. We had something on both walls for art. And the major source of consistent color temperature light coming from the right of frame. As I look at this now, this is very heavy with styling, but it was kind of the nature of this house. I don't know. There's a lot more that I'd say about that. Criticism, things I would do different. I think I might have just left 2 chairs back here and eliminated these 2 chairs. I don't like how close the top of the couch is to the edge of the table. But if I went up more, it would lose its feel. If I go down more, I had to completely break that line and we'd lose the top of the table. So it's kind of fighting that back and forth. And, here we probably could have done a little bit more work on these to line those up, as I had just recently criticized Hugo Jackson for such a thing. So that's primarily the main things that I would look at there. There's a lot of ocean out here to the right, so there wasn't too much green cast or anything coming in those windows to the right that we had to worry about. And even as busy as this image is, we did eliminate a fair amount of things from this image. So yes, that is not great right there. These two things are just really close there. But so yeah, and with our image, that's about the major things that I'd criticize there. I did make sure to make these feet all be singularly on their own, if that's the right word. But yeah, that's about everything that I'd criticize with this image. And again, thank you, Hugo Jackson, for sending in your image. And thanks for listening and watching. Hit that like button and subscribe button, or send us some ideas. Send us some of your images that you've taken so we can criticize them and share our thoughts, or critically give our opinion in a constructive manner. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching. See you next time.